Only on CBS This Morning, Oprah Winfrey is revealing her latest selection for her book club. Take a listen.
So one of the great joys for me is finding new authors, and I am so thrilled to introduce you to a debut author with his debut book, The Sweetness of Water by Nathan Harris. The Sweetness of Water.
The Sweetness of Water takes place in the days immediately after the Emancipation Proclamation. The novel follows the story of two formerly enslaved brothers and the white family that hires them after the brothers walk free from the plantation where they've spent their entire lives. It's a fantastic book, and the author is a very interesting fellow. We sat down with him, as well as Oprah, as she announced her pick and spoke with both of them about that unique moment in our history. And I'm very happy to be joined now by Oprah and Nathan Harris. And Nathan was here live watching you make that announcement and smiling to himself. Got to be a surreal moment.
One of the most surreal moments I've had in my life, I would say, yes.
A person who works in imagination, did you ever imagine a moment like this one?
No, never in a million years. I remember when Oprah made the call, my editors told me I had news, and I thought it was bad news. I actually got hives, and I was going to urgent care. So I was kind of panicking, what's going on? And then I get the call from her, and there's no better cure for hives than a call from Oprah.
Oprah is FDA approved to cure hives. Many other things as well.
Yes.
I think Dr. Fauci would support that. Oprah, it's an unusual book because it's historical fiction. A lot of people don't write that. Also, it's about the 60s, and I'm not talking about the 1960s, which a lot of people write about, but the 1860s, and not the war period, but right after.
Which nobody had ever done that. I'd never seen anybody do that. And as I was reading it too, Tony, I was like, oh yes, of course. What would those first few days, weeks, months, years be like? And then when I found out that it was a young 29-year-old who wrote this book, I was like, wasn't that my first thing to you? Wasn't that my first thing to you? How did you do this?
Yeah.
How did you do this?
You guys, I wish there was a good answer for it. I was just as curious as you were. I mean, I feel like history class goes from the Civil War to Reconstruction. I was thinking, what were those moments like? You know, and in my mind, those two brothers are on the plantation, and it was almost like the gate swings open.
Yeah.
You can go, you can stay, you can do whatever you want.
And the two brothers go, we walking out of here. No way we stand another minute. I know you brought that to life so, vividly that I wonder, did you study a lot of history? Did you read a lot of books prior?
Yeah. There was, I read a number of oral histories, oral narratives taken down from slaves talking about their experience, freed people. And the second I started reading them, I was almost like, whoa. I want to sort of not read more so I can let my imagination take over.
People walking away with their freedom, but with no resources, no power, very little political agency. I never thought of that moment in our history, and here it is on the page so clear. Were there parts of the book that you read thinking, there's a line I can draw from this moment here all the way to today and things that are still with us?
I think one of the things that's so relevant about the story is that you can feel the essence of what it means to have come from there to here. That's why I liked it so much, is because you get to literally look at how far we have come.
Yeah. What do you hope people take away from it?
Gosh, as you were talking about, I think the past resonates so much in this novel, and we're dealing with today, issues of race, issues of class, and the scars of the past. And I guess I want this novel and what this community faces to show that we can come together in a way. There is hope, and there is a chance to be uplifted, but we have to have empathy for people who don't look like us, people who, again, are from a different class, and we can do that.
Oprah, do you see significance, symbolic or otherwise, in the book coming out so close to Juneteenth?
Yeah, because I look at it as really kind of a Juneteenth celebration. It's a perfect book for reading at exactly this time, and a great book to take with you no matter where you're going this summer.
I couldn't agree more. May 1 million readers pick it up. And I think they might.
All right, hope
Fantastic.
so.
I think they might.
And come to @oprahsbookclub.com
Yeah.
to talk about it.
And then may a million conversations follow.
Because y'all are going to want to talk about it. This is the thing. You're going to want to talk about it. And the thing is, I'm always reading when the books aren't out, so I don't have anybody to talk to. So you're going to want to talk about it. Come read with us and talk about it.
All right, Oprah, thank you very much. Nathan, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oprah.
Nathan, congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
So I have read the book. You guys can't talk about it because you haven't yet. It is terrific. It is a towering, towering achievement of imagination. And Nathan is a heck of a guy to root for. He's only 29 years old. He wrote a lot of this book in his mid-20s when he was working as a delivery guy for Postmates. And he's really made good on a parent's dream here. His father wanted to be a novelist, ended up being an English teacher. So Nathan is making good in a million ways here.
Yeah, he sure is. I just started at 25, boy. Now I feel inadequate.
I know.
Not at all, Anthony. You've achieved so much.
Yeah,
But
right.
what's so fascinating about this time in history is after emancipation, you had all these black codes, which basically controlled black people, and you know, it was de facto slavery still. But then with the Reconstruction Act of 1867, black people served in Congress. They were on state legislatures in the South. But of course, that only lasted a few years before white supremacy, you know, took over and reversed all that.
Yeah, you know, Andrew Johnson became president after Lincoln's assassination. He had a very different view of the Union's role in the South, and we are still dealing with the repercussions. This book will help you imagine what that was like, and also you'll be entertained. And like Oprah said, you're going to want to talk about it.
Yep.
We'll talk about it.
The Sweetness of Water is on sale now.